Rubio, and it's Booker in at the 2-guard.
You know, the West can be a real difficult conference to navigate. And even though they were coming off a title run, the Mavericks had a lot of trouble finishing over 500 within the conference.
So Dallas will get the first possession. Number 77, covered by Rubio. Back to Curry. Shot denied. Rubio outside. Number 22, blocked. Number 10 gets it to go. And you see it with the West. The first step is just to make it into the playoffs, which the Mavs did. And once there, they felt that anything can happen. Unfortunately, they got swept. But, Steve, I guess that was the thing about last year, just getting healthy into the playoff picture.
Yeah, but what was interesting about that sweep against Oklahoma City, Kevin, was that Dallas really should have won the first two games on the road in Oklahoma City. But close games, close losses, and then everything sort of slipped away from there.
Here's Booker. Feeds to Rubio. He dishes it to Booker. From past the arc, here's Johnson. The second chance bucket is good.
Excellent job carving out space under the glass to make that putback possible.
On defense, the Suns. Earlier, Doris Burke spoke with head coach Monty Williams.
Yes, Kevin, we talked about how you can slow down this very formidable offensive team. He told me it's all about following the scouting report, saying we have so much information nowadays, where guys shoot best, where they maybe don't shoot as well. We provide that to our players, and it's incumbent upon them, and of course us as a coaching staff, to try to take away what they do best. Guys, we'll see if they can take them out of their groove tonight. Back to you.
Okay, Doris, appreciate the report, and coach's plan here tonight. A good one, guys.
In theory, yes. I mean, they're up against a team that can put up points in a hurry, so defense has to be a priority. We'll see if they can execute that game plan.
Well, you said it, Steve. I mean, this is an opponent that will test your resolve. You got to stay the course, and you can't vacillate much. You're going to have to absorb some body blows if you want to come out on top.
Here's Rubio. The Mavericks making the shot. Kicks it to Booker. This one for three. Kept alive. Cannot hit.
Well, those chances are almost always 2 points for him. I guess the defense did what it had to do to bother him.
Bridges with the board. Suns have gone just 1 for 5 from the field to start the quarter. Here in the first, just under 2.5 minutes played so far.
They really depend on him to convert those chances. A lot of times, even with solid D draped on him, they expect him to make it.
Number 10. Good. Number 10. He has 5.
If he gets a glimpse of an opening, he's going to take it right to the rim.
Clark, they've been looking out of sync offensively.
You know what? A basket here would do a lot for their confidence.
Rubio outside. The pass to Booker. Shot clock at 6. And it's the devastating one-handed jam.
You know, the dunk was great, but I didn't care for that interior defense there, guys. It was non-existent.
You're right, Clark. You know, it was way too easy. I don't think the coach liked it either. Look at it. Look at that face. Uh-oh.
It doesn't get much easier than that. They have got to tighten up their defense. That was embarrassing.
Gets it to go.
Soft defense right there. Way too soft.
First quarter of action, just under 3.5 minutes played. And there's the rejection.
He's laboring out there right now, guys. The shot has not been falling for him this quarter.
Good D by Rubio.
And they forced the miss with that good defensive rotation. They're playing well together as a unit.
Johnson sets the screen for Rubio. Leads him in there. Powers down the dunk.
All business there, not messing around one bit. Flushed it right with one hand.
He never does, Clark. He never does.
Well, that's kind of his trademark, those slams like that one.
You know, it's a little strange to not have the Suns in the playoffs for a consecutive year. last year. They came close, but ended up finishing 3 games back of the 8th playoff spot.
And here are the Suns now, following the score by Dallas. Now the feed to Rubio. Number 22, and it's blocked.
Tell you what, boy, it's hard to watch when the guy gets good shots and misses them. He's missed everything this quarter.
Number 77 lays it up, and despite of the excellent defense at that. Clark, back to what you said about the Suns. This franchise has had such an easy time making the playoffs for the past couple decades that even 2 years with no playoffs seems like a drought for them. Steve, you know that firsthand. You were the general manager there at one time.
Yeah, it's been such a successful franchise over the last 40-plus years, Kevin, that it surprises you when they're not in the postseason. But look, this is how the NBA works. It goes in cycles, and right now they're in a little bit of a down spell. Well, keep an eye on this, Kevin. His ability to double clutch in midair and still make shots is incredible. Just unbelievable body control.
And he's also quite adept at breaking down the defender one-on-one, guys. I like that about his game.
Here's Saric. Shot clock at 4. That is good.
You don't need much range to hit from that distance, Kevin.
Mavericks leading by 5. Pass to right. Right side Jackson. Here's the 3. And he drops it in following the offensive rebound. 1:27 left to play in the first. Here's Payne. Carter outside. Here's Payne. They set the pick. Jackson comes over with the double. Just 5 on the clock. And it's blocked. Out of bounds. Suns ball as Phoenix keeps possession. Johnson, he's checked in for Bridges. And the Mavericks making a change here. .106 left in the first quarter of the game. And the Suns miss again. The Mavericks have gone 7 of 12 from the field here in the first quarter. He kicks it to Jackson. From deep. It's hauled in by Saric. Suns trail by 7. Here's Payne. There's 38 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Shot clock at 5. Lets it go from deep. Can't get it to go. Mavericks leading by 7. The dish now to Curry. Outside Curry. Over Johnson. And it's Dallas with another. Here's Saric. Second shot opportunity. Hangs in midair and converts on the double clutch layup.
Well, no defense. He didn't really need to do the double pump.
And that concludes the first quarter of play. Mavericks lead by 7. And we'll be back shortly for the start of the second quarter. The second quarter beginning in just a moment. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Mavericks?
And they set the tone there defensively with their shot blocking. They've been really intimidating down in the paint area.
You know, in the rest of the game, Steve, shooters will be looking around for the shot blockers because of what's happened in this quarter.
And a moment now to reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. On the floor right now for the Mavericks. Okay, well, let's check in with Doris Burke reporting from our sideline in this game. Doris, take it away.
Kevin, it's hard to talk about Kobe Bryant without talking about his incredible devotion to the game. He said, actually, I enjoy the preparation more than the actual games because the journey is always more significant. And the practices where nobody's looking and that sort of stuff, that's always been more fun to me. The preparation has always been more enjoyable. Guys, that explains plenty.
Yeah, it sure does, Doris. Thanks. 6 on the shot clock. Goes up on the wing. Gets it to go. Booker's got the second quarter going with the first basket of the period for the Suns.
Well, it hasn't been an easy fall from grace for the Suns. They were once the cream of the crop in the West. In fact, for about a 5 or 6 year stretch, they were near the top or at the top of that conference. But they've transitioned the last couple of years into a team that's kind of right on the bubble of making the playoffs year after year, and that's a tough position to be in.
Pass to Saric. Gets the bucket. He has 6. A minute and a half gone here in the second quarter. And you hear the term bubble teams, and it really isn't where you want to be. They aren't getting high draft picks, but keep getting beat out for a playoff spot.
Yeah, that's kind of the no man's land zone, if you will. Suns have been trapped in that area for the last few years now. You have to think they'll start considering how they need to rebuild here soon.
And it's a completely new group on the floor for the Mavericks. Second quarter of basketball, just over a minute and a half played so far. Number 6. And the 3 off target.
He got the shot he wanted off that pick, just couldn't get it to fall.
But Steve, they'll take that play all day long, 10 times out of 10. That was good action.
The Mavericks leading. Passes to Jackson. Curry. Dallas moving the ball around. Number 6. The shot from the low post is good.
Number 8.
He has 6.
And when you play against him, guys, you know that it's going to be very tough to deny him if he gets in close. So you've got to body him. You can't let him get positioned down by the hoop. Otherwise, he'll just torture you down there.
And I'll tell you what else. When it comes to blocking shots, he doesn't just block them. I mean, he rejects them with force. He's a powerful presence down low, no doubt.
Well, last year was a struggle for Dallas. They lost Tyson Chandler in the offseason. And, the lockout condensed season was tough for them with the age of Kidd and Nowitzki. And I think where it really showed was on the road. Their performance in visiting arenas just wasn't what it was in previous years.
Number 8 goes up and lays it nice and easy.
Jackson.
Still trailing, but their offense is off life support here in the second quarter. It's got a pulse.
Number 8.
Yeah, they're making some shots now, Clark. Finally starting to make up some ground.
The Suns shooting their first free throw of the game right now.
Well, you take a look back to last year, guys. This is a club that converted about 76% of its free throws.
Yeah, Steve, you look at the standings for the past few years, and the Mavs, one of the toughest road teams in the league. But Clark, last year they really struggled. They didn't have that same edge away from Dallas.
13-20 was their final road record, Kevin, and that's a far cry from what they're used to. It's really a big part of why they didn't win their division and had to settle for the 7th seed in the Western Conference playoffs. You know, as tight as this game is, you have to like their chances the way they've been rebounding.
They have a pretty good margin in that department, so they've got to continue to hit the boards hard, and it'll pay off for them in the end. It seemed like they couldn't get anything to fall in the first quarter, so it's starting to turn here in the second.
And looking up in a big way, partner, they've more than made up for their poor shooting earlier.
So it's the Mavericks now, trailing by 2. Number 77. And right away, they match it with a three-pointer of their own. He's got 5.
He had no luck from the three-point line earlier, so maybe this one will give him some momentum.
And first time out of the game called for Phoenix.
You know, guys, one of the reasons Dallas did not re-sign Tyson Chandler last year was they wanted to preserve some cap space. And they had Dwight Howard in mind, but Dallas has had to use their cap space elsewhere. But, you know, the key was just developing enough flexibility to give them a lot of different options. And I think that's always a factor for any NBA team.
Now, here's Rubio, looking for his first bucket of the game. He feeds it to Carter. Three-pointer. The Mavericks pull it in. Their biggest lead of the game was 9. Dallas, to me, Steve, always seems a team very mindful of upcoming free agents and cap space restrictions. One of the reasons why they made the moves last year. Even if Clark, they don't get a big name, they always seem to be in the mix some way.
Well, they're always hovering around, and I think it points to the savvy of the front office there, Kevin. I mean, and that's really what allows teams to be competitive over long periods of time. It's not just about the players you have and their talent, but it's how you acquire players and piece together your team.
They're very forward-thinking, right there.
Yeah.
Let's check out what Doris Burke has for us.
The Phoenix Suns training staff and doctors are renowned league-wide. Back in 2000, they developed their unorthodox methodology for injury prevention and rehab. They evaluate players' flexibility in 8 different areas 4 times a week, do manual muscle testing for strength, assess movement, and even take measurements of players' legs, ankles, and hips. This allows them to determine which muscles are tight or weak, which joints are out of whack, and they look for and find any dysfunction. It's this understanding and application of what's called kinesiology that's enabled them to have such remarkable results. Kevin?
They do amazing work. Doris, thank you.
Well, it's been an interesting transition for the Suns. You know, several years ago, they were one of the elite teams in the league. Now they're more in the middle of the pack. So this is not the same team that the Suns once were, but they're still very competitive on a nightly basis.
And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time. Yeah, Steve, the Suns still a good team at home, but not quite the force they once were when they would just go out and run teams right out of the building, Clark.
Yeah, I remember those days. You don't ever want to scoff at 19 and 14 at home, but the Suns know that they'll need to be much better than that in Phoenix if they want to get back to the playoffs.
He may want to start spreading the ball around a little bit. His shot is off right now.
Number 11, number 51, and he bangs it home with one hand.
You know, for a player with his explosiveness, that was ATM time. Cash money, the easy way.
Yeah, that kind of defense is not going to cut it against him.
Cash money. I like that, Clark.
Here's Payne, following the score by Dallas. .141 left in the first half. 6 to shoot. Booker, guarded by Wright. Shoots from the baseline. No good from Booker.
And it is very dangerous to leave him open like that. Lucky break for the defense that he missed it.
The 3 gets it to go. And it's an 8-point Maverick lead.
Well, you have to play him tough. He's just too good.
Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, I mean, a cold stretch offensively. They desperately need a basket.
Johnson with a screen on Wright. And Booker kicks to Johnson. Good on the baseline, Jay. Johnson's got his second bucket tonight.
And what a touch he has from long range, guys. He'll stretch the defense single-handedly because of how effective he is from beyond the arc.
Well, that's what he's built his reputation on, Steve, being a spot-up shooter. And as often as he hits the target, he's got the freedom and the green light to let it fly from anywhere on the court.
Number 6.
And Phoenix, I thought, was one of the surprise teams in the Western Conference a year ago. And one of the reasons was that they really played well within the conference. I think a lot of people expected them to struggle against that deep Western Conference, but they played well and I think had a much better record than that most people predicted.
So it's both teams making substitutions here. And he sinks the second. And you look at how they played last year. They finished 23 and 25 against the West, which isn't a bad mark, Clark, by any means for a 500 team.
Yeah, but the Suns know that hovering around 500 overall and against the West really isn't going to cut it, Kevin. I mean, adding depth up front should help them compete against those tough Western Conference forwards.
Now 8 seconds separating the 2 clocks. Dallas moving the ball around. And Wright kicks to Curry.
Defensive foul. Devin Booker. That's his third.
And he's got his first free throw of the game.
Curry. 2 shots.
free throw good by Curry. So both teams making some changes here. So he gets them both.
He's taking care of business at the line, and you expect nothing less from him. Of course, a terrific shooter from the stripe.
Here's Booker. And that's not going to go. That'll do it for the first half. The Mavericks on top. They're up by 9. And get ready now for the Sprint Halftime Show with Damon Bruce. The second half will be coming up right after that on 2K Sports.
And now, brought to you by Sprint.
It's Thursday night in the NBA, and from the 2K Sports Studios, this is the Halftime Report. For the Dallas Mavericks, they had the lead against Phoenix. And if you like scoring, you love their first half of basketball.
They're putting up points, doing it rapidly, in a variety of ways. It's hard to slow them down. And the Suns going all out. Outstanding bench production. They've gotten a very nice lift, and that's made a huge difference for them on the scoreboard. A good start for Ricky Rubio. He's been having no trouble getting good looks, and he's dropping the buckets. And that does it for us here in the studio. Thanks so much for joining me. And now, back out to Kevin and the gang.
And now the third quarter about to get going. Suns trail by 9. We've got Bridges. Also Johnson out there. And it's Rubio in at the point. That's the 5 to begin the second half for Monty Williams. Now here's Johnson. Johnson left side. Just 5 to shoot. Here's Rubio. Second chance shot. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
Way to play in attack mode and get inside.
And you know, if you're on defense and you're going to foul, make sure it's a good one. They did, preventing the and one.
At the line for
You
2.
typically get a bit of a grace period as an organization after you win an NBA title. But I can imagine the Mavs would have liked to have done better against the Thunder in last year's playoffs.
Yeah, getting swept did not taste good. And he makes the first. Clark, as you mentioned with the Mavs, no team likes to go one and done in the postseason, but that's exactly what happened to them, especially when you know some of your stars are aging. And they've got some age there right now, Steve.
Yeah, but they've got some house money to play with, Kevin, because of that championship the season before. But, you know, Dallas is now in a transition phase. They knew their stars were getting older, so they had a pretty good draft this past summer. Now it's a time to move forward to the next era of Mavs basketball.
And the Mavericks with possession here. Off target there. That would have pushed the lead to double digits. Booker the pass to Bridges. Dishes it to Booker. He dishes it to Rubio. The offensive rebound hits the bucket.
They can't seem to stop anybody inside.
They got to know that if they don't make life tougher in the paint, the opponent is just going to keep going there. I mean, it's not like they'll get tired of all these in-close opportunities.
And it's the Mavericks with the ball, leading by 5. Got a piece of it. Down low. And the basket good.
Ricky Rubio, 2 points.
Third quarter of basketball, about a minute and a half in. And the Mavericks call time here.
You know, he understandably doesn't like what's going on out there, and that's why he wants to talk things over during this timeout.
I think this is a good time to call a timeout. They just need to hit pause for a second and then reset as well.
Dancers, fans, one more time. Give them a hand.
Just over a minute and a half have passed here in the third quarter. Takes it from 10. It's hauled in by the Suns.
They may have to start looking for some other options because he's really struggling out there.
Feeds it to Johnson. Bridges, 5 to shoot. There's the pick. Off the screen. No luck. Now the Mavericks take it the other way. Number 77.
Boy, an unbelievable dunk there. I mean, fellas, you've got to marvel at plays like that.
He can really take off, can't he, Steve?
Yeah, he almost jumped through the roof on that one, guys.
That was a great angle we just saw, courtesy of Sprite. Timeout called, the Suns. Both teams deciding to change it up.
One more time. Give him a hand.
Number 22, from 13 feet, it goes down. He's got 6.
Oh, you like the execution there, springing their man open and getting him the easy hoop.
Back to Curry. Dallas moving the ball around. Number 77, covered by Rubio. And it's stolen by Ricky Rubio. Puts the lead pass in front of him. Bridges passes to Booker. Gathers. Hammers it home.
And they've gotten themselves back into this game now.
That's a 180-degree change for them, and you can bet the other squad is starting to hear those footsteps.
And he's got his first chance at the line here. The Suns making a switch here. Carter's checked in. And it's tied up with that one. Right around 3 minutes into the second half. There's the pick. Now Barea, still looking to get on the scoreboard. Kicks to Jackson. Number 51. That's good. And the Mavericks lead by 2. The Suns have gone an even 50% from the floor here in the third quarter. 4 of 8. A little under 2.5 minutes off the clock now here in the third. Number 22, blocked. He's got a clear path. Here's Wright. A huge slam, the perfect end of the fast break.
You let him get to the rim, and that's exactly what's going to happen. You deserve that.
Yeah, he's more than capable, you're right, Clark, of providing some great highlight reel material.
Yes, sir.
And for a point guard to finish like that, I mean, that is just special.
Free throw drops for Wright. We've gone about 3.5 minutes into the third now. Here's Booker. 7 points in the game. Number 8. But they recover it.
Now, second chance points are going to be key. They've got to keep this team off the boards.
And, Steve, any slip-ups boxing out can really cost you there.
Shots good by Sarge. Mavericks leading by 3. Outside Curry. He passes to Wright. There's the pass to Jackson. Clock at 6. And Wright kicks to Jackson. For the 3. The shot will not go. And Phoenix the other way now. It's stolen.
Get it! Watch out now. Tearing that roof down with that one.
Yeah, and really a dunk contest dunk that time. Wow.
Yeah, unreal. What a dunk.
Mavericks making a switch here. Suns trail by 6. Here's Payne. Johnson with a screen on Wright. 5 on the clock. Number 8. Number 22. A strong effort on the rebound. Nets the second chance points. 8 points for him.
They have a little extra mojo going here, a little extra pep in their step, more hustle in this second half. They're doing a much better job in terms of second chance points.
Right and blocked. Here's Payne. The feed to Johnson. Fires from deep. Offensive rebound. He kicks to Rubio. Goes back up, and that one's good. Now just a 2-point Maverick lead.
You look at it, a significant portion of their offense is coming off second chance points, guys.
And Steve, that tenacity is impressive. I mean, they've been the hungrier team out there, and there's no substitute for having an attitude of attack.
Now here's Rubio. Pass to Payne. Rubio outside. Suns moving the ball around. To tie. And they turn over the 24-second buzzer, signaling the shot clock violation.
You know, sometimes the intensity of the game can lead to brain-neutral plays like that, guys.
Both teams will make substitutions. The Mavericks have gone 4 of 9 from the floor so far in the third. There's 39 seconds left here in the third quarter. Now the dish to Wright. Shot clock at 6. Number 11. No good on the three. The Suns have gone 7 for 16 in the second half from the field, shooting a bit under 50%. Johnson, the pass to Bridges. Passes it to Booker. Open look, and that one's good. Booker's got 5 points in the quarter.
How about that? They finally tie it up.
Can they continue this momentum, guys? We'll see.
Number 77. And he beat the buzzer, but it's no good. And we wrap up the third and looking to be an exciting fourth quarter. And we're coming right back. Be sure to stay with us as we get started for the fourth quarter. Fourth quarter getting going here. It's time for the Sprite Uncontainable Game. Doris Burke at the report. Hi, Doris.
Well, Kev, the Suns bench had the uncontainable game in this one. Effort and energy, exactly what they're called upon to provide, is exactly what they've brought to this game. Coach is thrilled with that kind of effort, guys.
All right, Doris, thank you again. Their reserves, Steve, were just itching to get out onto the floor, and early on they wanted to make a difference here.
Well, they usually do, Kevin. You know, but as a coach, you've got to know how to use them, too. And I think it's been a masterful job tonight of giving the reserves just the right amount of minutes. Starters or reserves, they seem to have fresh legs on the court at all times.
Well said, Steve. There's been very little drop-off in the energy level since the very start of this game, and the contributions from the bench have had a lot to do with that.
On the floor for Dallas starting the fourth quarter here. Here's Booker. No good. And it's Dallas the other way. Their biggest lead of the game was 9. The 10-footer. Bridges with the board. Bridges has got 4 rebounds now tonight. Booker dishes to Carter. He feeds it to Johnson. It's blocked. Outside Curry. Dishes to Barea. Number 51. And it's Phoenix with the rebound. Booker's got his 5th rebound right now in the game.
Another board, just continuing to add to that big rebound margin.
And it's a bit ironic, guys. I mean, you would think the score wouldn't be so close the way they're dominating the glass. But this one is still in the battle.
Here's Curry. Dallas, no good that time either. The Suns have gone 0 of 3 to start the fourth quarter. Looking to end.
Went for the two-hand throw down there. Needed safety and power.
That's how you do it.
Yep. No, nothing fancy, but he finished with force.
Special thanks to Sprite for that sweet replay. Barea with it. And the Mavericks call time here.
Yeah, he definitely saw some things that were not working for them out there. And now he's going to make some adjustments.
I'm not sure what it was, but he clearly wanted something to change out there.
Let's get this update now from Doris Burke, who's across the way on the sideline.
Yes, thanks, guys. I got a chance to hear what Rick Carlisle was saying to the team. The game's still in question, but he told his players, guys, this is when it's fun, right? Time is winding down, a close game. This is where you show the preparation and the time you put in. Kevin, we'll see if they respond.
So it's the Mavericks now. A great fourth quarter, just giving up 2 points.
Flush that thing down, young fella.
That is a fierce two-hander.
Man, maximum force on that dunk.
Second minute off the clock now in the fourth. And Rubio kicks to Booker. Number 22. And that one's good.
Well, after that poor first half, he's bounced back. He's having a nice second half here.
Just under 2.5 minutes gone here in the final quarter. Number 11, defended by Bridges. He dishes it to Curry. Just 4 to shoot. Number 77 cannons the shot with nobody near him.
Number 77.
And the Mavericks lead by 2.
And his skills go well beyond just his scoring ability. They really can run their entire offense through him.
Third minute of action now gone here in the fourth. And the pass to Bridges. Rubio. Here's Booker. That's good. It's Rubio with the assist. Rubio's got 4 assists now tonight.
He can be dangerous from outside. Sure, he didn't get one to go in the first, but we know he can get on the roll and knock him down.
Now here's Curry. Number 77. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. The Suns have gone 3 of 6 from the field so far in the fourth quarter. Here's Booker. It's rebounded by Dallas. And a little over 3.5 minutes in the books so far here in the fourth. And that one's good.
Another good look there, and that's his second three-pointer of the game.
The Suns trailing. Timeout called. The Suns. Johnson is checked in for Phoenix. And the Mavericks making a change here. Feeds it to Booker. They set the pick. Can't hit. Now the Mavericks take it the other way. To the paint, number 42. And the powerful one-handed slam.
The one-handed flush, very nice.
A nice strong finish there.
Just punched it home.
Now, here's Rubio. Number 22. Phoenix, no good that time either. Mavericks leading by 4. Kicks it to Curry. Number 77. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. The Suns shooting 43% from the floor. Johnson outside. Rubio the pass to Booker. Number 22. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
That's his first personal foul. At the line for your Suns, number 22. 2 shots.
And the first one at the line is good. And the Suns making a change here. Bridges checks in. And the Mavericks making a change here. That one falls, so he hits both of them.
That was critical, guys. Absolutely critical. And, you know, that's what we're used to seeing out of him.
We've got 1:55 left to play in the final quarter. Good. And the Mavericks lead by 4.
Boy, he's been so cool out there, composed, never rattled. I mean, a very steady contributor to the offense.
And the Suns call time here. They trail by 4. 1:52 left in the fourth quarter.
You're unbelievable.
.152 left in the fourth quarter. And Rubio kicks to Johnson. Easy shot. Gets it to go.
Well, he can squeeze himself into the box score every now and then.
And the Mavericks call time here. They're leading by 2. 1:44 left in the fourth quarter. Number 77. Number 11. Open and close and nails it. Here's Booker. Johnson outside. From the arc. And Curry pulls it down. Mavericks leading by 4. Puts it up. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
You know, most good coaches will always tell you the first priority should be to get the ball inside and draw some fouls, especially when you've got the lead.
Well, it's one thing if you're just knocking down jump shots, but when you start missing, it's important, Clark. You got to get the ball inside. I agree.
So the first one drops, and that puts them up by 5. And so he drops them both. It's a 6-point ball game.
That's amazing. They have yet to miss a free throw this half.
And as calm and collected as they look up there, I'm not sure they'll ever miss one the rest of the way.
Out of bounds, Dallas will take possession.
Boy, that's embarrassing, guys. He's going to have a hard time living that one down later when they watch it on tape.
Mavericks leading by 6. There's a screen. Number 6, covered by Rubio. 6 on the shot clock. The 3 is launched. Curry can't get it to go.
Kevin, I didn't like that defensive effort at all, but they're lucky he missed it.
Yeah, they were very lucky defensively because there was some miscommunication there. They left him wide open.
Lets it fly. And again, it's the Suns missing. The Mavericks have gone through the fourth quarter shooting 50%, 7 of 14. Rubio comes with the double team. Back to Curry. Number 10. It's good from long range. They got on this roll a while ago, and they just haven't looked back.
Nice offensive play there, and this one's pretty much in the books, guys.
Yeah, I agree. You know what? It was a very good showing from them to come away with the win. I was very impressed.
Timeout called the Suns. They're behind by 9. 19 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Left in the fourth quarter of this one. Here's Saric. That's good. It's Rubio with the assist.
There was no question about it. He was going to finish that one off.
And here's Barea. So we see the Mavericks get the win here. They pulled off this ring card with respectable performances on both ends of the floor.
Yeah, I think it was just really a nice overall effort, Kevin.
And that'll do it for Clark Kellogg, Steve Kerr, and Doris Burke. This is Kevin Harlan saying so long and thanks for joining us as we leave you with the Jordan player of the game.
I mean, even though we stand alone, we stand together.
Ladies and gentlemen, prepare for landing. Fasten your seatbelts. Thank you for flying Air Force Airlines. Over me. Call me the captain. Just play.
They say a family that plays together stays together, and one that walks apart just falls apart. So